Today I'm going to do part 3 of the chapter Indigo from the book Flamingo. So, are we ready? Let's proceed. At this point, Gandhi arrived in Champaran. He began by trying to get the facts. First, he visited the secretary of the British Landlord Association. The secretary told him that they could give no information to an outsider. Gandhi answered that he was no outsider. So, let's study this paragraph first. So it was at the time when the farmers, when the peasants were feeling that they were being duped by the landlords and they wanted justice, and at this moment when there was quite unrest in the Champaran village, Gandhi arrived in Champaran. In this part of the chapter Indigo, we will start with how Gandhi proceeded with collecting the information regarding the case. So, in this paragraph, we come to know that this is the first thing he did when he arrived there. He went to and he visited the British Landlord Association, the secretary of British Landlord Association. And he was given secretary did not entertain Gandhi, and he only answered that he will not be giving any information to an outsider. So, what was Gandhi's reply? Gandhi said that he was not an outsider. Next, Gandhi called on. Now, what do you mean by called on? Called on again. He visited there. He visited the British Official Commissioner of the Tirhut division. So, after he did not get any answer from the Secretary of Landlord Association, he went to the Tirhut division. This is the second step he took, in which Champaran district lay. The Commissioner, Gandhi reports, proceeded to bully me and advised me forthwith to leave Tirhut. So, he was advised to leave Tirhut by the Commissioner when he visited Commissioner regarding the case of the peasants. So, what was the effect of the Commissioner's advice on Gandhi? Let's see that. Gandhi did not leave. Instead, he proceeded to Motihari. So, where did he go? He went to Motihari, that is the capital of Champaran, and several lawyers accompanied him. And what happened when he reached the railway station? At the railway station, a vast multitude greeted Gandhi. What do you mean by a vast multitude? That is, a great crowd was there to welcome Gandhi. He went to a house, using it as headquarters, continued his investigations there. So, Gandhi went to a house of one of the people who had come to receive him, and he converted that house into his headquarters, and he continued his investigations there only. So, while he was investigating, something happened. Let's see what happened. A report came in that a peasant had been maltreated in a nearby village. Gandhi decided to go and see. Next morning, he started out on the back of an elephant. He did not proceed far when the police superintendent's messenger overtook him and ordered him to return the town. So, he was ordered to return the town. So, when Gandhi was making investigations, he came to know about a news that was the maltreatment, that was ill treatment. What can we say? That the maltreatment was the ill treatment. Okay, so that ill treatment was given to one of the peasants by the landlord. So, Gandhi thought of just going and checking out what has happened. So, next day he went, he started his journey to meet that villager, to meet that farmer. So, when actually he was going there he had not gone far away when a superintendent of police messenger overtook him. He was ordered to return to the town. he was ordered to return to the town, and he took him, the messenger took him in his carriage. Carriage is the cart that he had got. Okay, Gandhi complied. What do you mean by complied? Complied is obey. Gandhi obeyed the order. The messenger drove Gandhi home, where he served him an official notice. Now Gandhi was given an official notice. Gandhi was given notice. What was there in the notice? Let's see. To quit Champaran. So he was asked to leave Champaran immediately. So the order was for Gandhi to leave Champaran immediately. Now let's see whether Gandhi did, whether Gandhiji left it or not, left Champaran or not. Gandhi signed the receipt. Gandhi signed the receipt for the notice and wrote on it he would disobey. So in this way, Gandhi gave importance to the order. Gandhi just recognized the importance of obeying the orders, but he wrote on the order that he would disobey. So as Gandhi has disobeyed the official orders, something will be done to him. So let's see what now let's see what has been done to, what was the impact of his disobedience. So here only he started that civil disobedience, and this was the first time that he started civil disobedience in Champaran village. In consequence, what do you mean by in consequence? In consequence we can write also as a result. So as a result of the disobedience of the summon, Gandhi he received summons to appear in the court. Summon means that he got legal notice to appear in the court. So Gandhi was called to court, and at night he had to make certain arrangements, what the strategy etc. he had to make, what to do when he would be, how he would be arrested. So at night Gandhi remained awake. So Gandhi did not sleep at night. He telegraphed Rajendra Prasad to come from Bihar with influential friends. He sent instructions to ashram. He wired a full report to the viceroy. So Gandhi did these three things while he was preparing for the next morning when he was to appear in the court. He did not sleep the whole night. He called on Dr. Rajendra Prasad to come from Bihar to Champaran with some influential people, and he also sent some instructions back into his ashram, and he also he also sent a full report to the viceroy. Morning found the town Motihari black with peasants. This is a beautiful expression, black with peasants, and again a beautiful expression to express the quantity of crowd, the amount of crowd that had gathered there. They did not know Gandhi's record in South Africa. They had merely heard that a Mahatma who wanted to help them was in trouble with the authorities. Their spontaneous demonstrations in thousands around the courthouse was beginning the liberation from fear of the British. So Gandhi's, here Louis Fisher is of the opinion that according to Gandhi, when these people came out to help him in front of the court, that too in thousands, so that was the time when they were getting free from the fear of the British. They were getting freedom. Liberation stands for freedom here. So they were getting freedom from the fear of British. The officials felt powerless. Now it was really difficult for the officials to manage the thousands of people, those who have come to help Gandhi. They felt that as if they don't have any power to manage the crowd. So ultimately they had to ask Gandhi for his cooperation. So they were not able to manage the crowd without Gandhi's cooperation. Gandhi Okay, he helped him. This he is for Gandhi. He helped them to regulate the crowd. He was polite and friendly. He was giving them concrete proof that their might, hitherto dreaded and unquestioned, could be challenged by Indians. So I mean, this was the proof given by Gandhi that hitherto means after this, the officials need not to arrest the people unquestionably, I mean without any reason, and they should not be challenging Indians. And it was a proof that Indians could not be challenged, because now they are united and they have the ability, they have the courage, they don't have the fear now, and they can stand against the government to protest, to show their protest. So this was what Gandhi did in Champaran. Okay, and that also confused the government what to do. They were not ready for this type of they were not ready at all for this type of demonstration, spontaneous demonstration of the peasants for Gandhi's appearance in the court. So the government was baffled. So here the government was baffled. Baffled means confused. They were confused. They were not certain what to do. The prosecutor requested the judge to postpone the trial. So what do you mean by trial? Trial is the case. So the case that was against Gandhi, the prosecutor, the lawyer who was fighting the case against Gandhi, he needed some time. Okay, apparently stands for, apparently means clearly the authorities wished to consult their superiors. Gandhi protested against the delay. He read a statement pleading guilty. He was involved, he told the court, in a conflict of duties. Now, in this paragraph, Gandhi is actually telling the reason of why he disobeyed. So, Gandhi said that he was in the conflict of duties. So, what was the conflict? What was the dilemma? What was the confusion for Gandhi for the duties? He said, on one hand, he do not want to set a bad example as a lawbreaker, and he was a lawyer and he did not want to set a bad example. And on the other hand, so this is the second thing he was in his mind, and other hand, to render the humanitarian and national service for which he had come. He said that he was confused. He was not able to take the decisions whether, he did not want to be a lawbreaker also, and he did not want to deceive the people who had come with a request to help them. So he disobeyed the court notice to leave Motihari, as to obey the higher conscious, higher voice of the being. He disregarded the order to leave, not for want of respect for lawful authorities, but in obedience to the higher law of our being, the voice of consciousness. So Gandhi said that it was the voice of consciousness that he thought to be obeyed more than the law courts, etc. So he said that he was guilty, and he should be given the due penalty. He should be given the punishment for all this. He wanted penalty for his disobedience. He wanted punishment for his disobedience. Okay, he wanted the court to punish him. The magistrate announced that he would pronounce sentence after a 2-hour recess and asked Gandhi to furnish a bail for those 120 minutes. Gandhi refused. The judge released him without a bail. So they needed some time, and he said that the court will be again working, and he took a break of 2 hours, and he asked Gandhi to give bail for that particular time. But Gandhi said that he cannot provide bail for 2 hours. Then if the judge released him without any bail. When the court reconvened, the judge said he would not deliver the judgment for several days. Meanwhile, he allowed Gandhi to remain at liberty. So, after the break, when the court was reconvened, when the procedure of the court started again, okay, so we can say that when the procedure of the court started again, the judge gave judgment that he will not be giving judgment for several days, and he allowed Gandhi to remain at liberty. To remain at liberty stands for to be free. Okay, so here he made Gandhi free, and he did not impose any kind of penalty on Gandhi. And this way, this was the first time that civil disobedience had a triumph. It was victorious on the it was quite victorious. Now let's see what's there in this paragraph. Rajendra Prasad, Brij Kishore Babu, Maulana Mazruhul Haq and several other prominent lawyers had arrived from Bihar. They conferred with Gandhi. Here the word conferred means discussed. They discussed with Gandhi what would they do if he was sentenced to prison. So now they were all discussing and deciding on the strategy when he would be sentenced to prison. Can you just write in the comment box who this he is? Okay, by the end of the paragraph, I'll tell you who this he is. Gandhi asked why the senior lawyers replied they had come to advise and help him. If he went to jail, there would be nobody to advise, and then they would go. So, have you come to know who is he here? Yes, it is Gandhi. So it's quite clear that they are discussing the strategy if Gandhiji will be sentenced to prison, if Gandhiji would be sent to jail, what will they do? They simply said that they will leave the place. On asking the reason, they replied that they had come to help Gandhi, and if Gandhi is not there, so why there is nobody to help? That's all in part 3. And we'll learn the rest of the lesson in the next videos. Keep watching my videos and ring the bell and be informed for the latest videos. See you in the next video.